Welcome to Friday, everyone. And guess what? It's Friday night, and she has made her triumphant return. Miss Rebecca Gregory is back.
After my long hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a while, so welcome back. Thank you
Thank
for
you. It
coming
feels
in.
good to be back. Hello, everyone. I've missed you all as I've been going through a whirlwind of all kinds of stuff, huh, Hillis? Between God, I don't even know.
I'll let you tell your story of what's been going on as we open up. But before we get to Rebecca's story, just want to make a few announcements here. So, thank you for everyone for continuing to support the show and sharing this with your friends, with your family, as we have received new viewership. So, thank you for spreading the love, our light with others, and your also the donations that we've received in the past. So, thank you for that. And if you wish to continue to donate to help us keep the show going, you can click on the link in the comments below. In addition to that, next week I am doing a special live energy healing and psychic reading event. You guys can click
What?
on the link for that below as well. Yeah, I know a lot going on,
I need
and
this.
you guys can take a look, see, sign up. It's $11 to register, and then yeah, so I'm happy about that and all this newness that is going on. But Rebecca, let's get caught up with you now. So this whole like 2 3 week thing that you've been going through, I think it's not wasn't just you, but I think it's been a few other people on the planet that has been experiencing this. So I feel your story will help shed some light on what's been happening on the planet.
Yeah, I have been. Well, first of all, I was on not on a little bit before the last 2 weeks since the beginning of the year because I was up in the mountains. I don't think I've been on since the mountains, have I? No. So I took some time to go to the mountains to start, and I did start writing my book. So to start writing my book and just kind of to get away and regroup. And I had it's funny how you set intentions for one thing to happen and something else. So I realized when I got to the mountains, part of why I was up there was to do a bunch of land clearing, and I had the craziest stuff happen to me. I was telling us. And I worked on my book, but I also was starting to clear, and I swear Bigfoot was following me around in the woods. It was like all these things, and I got directed. I don't know if I could say this online, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I got my GPS one day directed me up to this road, and I'm like, "Where am I?" And I
Oh
look,
yeah, that place.
yeah, and there was this huge sign. So where I was is in the area of North Carolina, where the Trail of Tears was way back when with the Cherokee Indians, where they were all massacred. And there's just a whole bunch of the area itself is a lot of Native American land. So I was out going somewhere and I got literally directed to the entrance of the tribal land. Like there's this big sign, do not enter tribal land, you will be prosecuted, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, now why'd you bring me here? And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, spirit, why am I here in this? Like, why'd you direct me here? And the next thing you know, I just got like overwhelmed with all this sadness. And I started just breaking down crying right there at the entrance of this place. It wasn't even entrance, it was just a road that went through. And I just hear this voice is like, you need to clear the land, please ride through with your sound. And I'm like, okay. So I did, it was 3 miles long, and I'm like going through and I'm like having all these visions as I'm going through of like Indians and being shot at, and just I could feel like all the old like just stuff that was stuck in the land, from everything that happened. And at one time I wanted to turn around and I went around the corner, and my dog freaked out and started growling, and Daisy and like freaking like losing her shit. And I'm like, what's going on now? And so anyhow, so I made it through, and that was just so I don't know where I got off on that tangent, but it was just all these things like that were happening to me while I was up the mountain. So getting back to the New Year's, why I haven't been on is I got home New Year's Eve. I was out by the fire, and I literally came in the house, and I could feel all the weather inside my house. It was a damp, cold night, and I got home, and I could feel everything inside of me, and that was the beginning of me being sick. And so I spent 2 weeks going through everything under the sun. Um, I mean, from one day I woke up, I couldn't walk because my knee like locked up. I couldn't walk. I was, stomach upset. Then it went to high fevers, and then it went to just sleeping and just like, and then just swirling through like all my old stuff from my whole entire childhood. And that's, and that's what's happening right now is everybody's kind of going this like a lot of people in this world are A, waking up, or B, have been clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing for a long time, cleaning out their shit. But what now is happening is that gook at the bottom, that deep tar crap is the stuff that's really being cleared right now. So and as I was laying in the bed, I just back and forth of being sick these 2 weeks. I had no energy. It was just, it just brought me in, and I just kept on thinking of shaman death. Like I was just going through this death
Mm,
and rebirth for like 2 weeks. And poor Hillis, thank you for being so patient with me because I'm like, and then I didn't have the energy to hold a container for anything, to be on this, to be alive. I didn't have the energy for it. I remember one day laying there, and I literally was laying there, and I was just like, and I wasn't eating. I stopped eating. I couldn't eat. And I was laying there. I'm like, if I just stopped eating, I can just go. I mean, it got to that point where I was just in this dark, really dark space for a couple days. And I made my way out of it, but it was that old stuff of all those old questions. And then it got to the point of moving through all that energy and moving through everything with the sickness and everything. And it was just, oh, and then I started, I don't know when I would say this, on my moon cycle in a minute, when I thought I was over that as well. And it was just like, it was like the craziest shit was happening. Every day was something new was popping up. I'm like, what's going on today? But,
yeah.
in that, it's like brought me to this place. And then I actually started questioning all, spirituality and where I am. And not in disbelief of anything I believe in, but the fact of, what is the importance of everything right now? Like, where do we need to be right
Mm,
now? Where
yeah.
do we need to open up? And, and what it came down to for me was where I need to step back. And, I know I'm connected to the angels. I know I can channel. I know I can do all these things, and I have this connection to everything, but I need to step into me and what brings me joy in my world, and how do I want to step forward from this moment on in that space of joy. And so that was kind of the big lesson through all this of that self-care and that self-love, to get to me, to the core of really find the joy. Because what I learned was that energy of joy and love is what's going to propel everybody forward. And
Yeah.
we can't live in the feeling of anything else right now. If it's not feeling right, it's like we just can't do it anymore. We have to say, is this bringing me joy, and really step into that space. So
Mm.
that's kind of where I am now. I'm still kind of rolling out of everything, and figuring out, kind of where I want to go and how I want to show up now. So but yeah, that was my story, and I felt good enough tonight to jump on. So here I am, and I probably rambled a little bit, but
No, it's fine.
I rambled.
And as you were speaking, what was coming to my mind, my whole uh hiatus, my personal hiatus when I was away in September. And when I had what I now affectionately call my Dragon Ball Z moment, when I did my fourth round of Cambo. And, it was really amazing because, as we talked about the whole process of detoxing and the whole process of letting
Mhm.
go and how you get all that gook, and doing energy work and working with clients, the only thing that I could really compare to is that we all often have this thought to where we, you know, experience something and we released it from our system. And what's happening, what I'm being shown is that throughout life, as we go through the process of letting go, we let go little pieces at a time to make it easy for ourselves, right? And in my Dragon Ball Z moment, as I like to call it, if anyone has done Cambo, they know what Cambo is like. And so, guys, if you don't know, look up Cambo frog medicine. You'll get it because I'm not going to go into explaining what it is right now. But in that Dragon Ball Z moment where I was outside the TP, uh, practically naked, lying on the cold grass, just releasing whatever needed to be released from my body, screaming at beyond the top of my lungs. I mean, I've never heard such uh, I can't even think of the word, but I mean, but in that moment, and it just reminded me as he was speaking that we all have these moments, and we all choose to allow them to be what they need to be as we move through the releasing of what needs to be released. And what you said, Rebecca, was so poignant because now is the time for us to really um, let go of our shit, basically.
Yeah,
Because if we want to be in this higher dimension, this higher frequency, we can't exist in this lower vibration. It's weighing us down, and we have to move up and move out and beyond that space.
exactly. And also, I feel to add to that, it's not only letting go of our shit, but also discerning other people's to know that we don't have to take on other people's shit anymore. And we don't have to live in the world anymore. And to really see, that, you know, look at people, to not judge them for how they are, just know they are in their space, but not to allow ourselves to get caught up in their circus anymore, because that's kind of how we've been programmed, especially people that are empaths and people that are sensitive. That's one of the main things a empath is got to save the world. We got to fix every world.
I'm not saving the world. What are you talking about? You're not saving the world. None of us are.
No, you know what I'm
We
saying.
we are just allowing the energy to be anchored through us to
Yeah,
be of service to help people find their way. Because there was an interesting thing that I saw today, and it makes sense because now it's a time for us people
us
like you,
people,
me, us people, usin,
us and us
usin.
and
It's not time for us to be gurus or anything
mm,
like that. And I never liked that word. And so now it's time for people to really own their own personal energy. It's time for people to really own that space in which they created for themselves. You know, because people often go through traumatic experiences and they want help and say, oh, well, this happened to me and why me? And so, yeah, I get that we are in these victim mentality spaces. I understand it because I played victim myself for a while. I think we all have at one
I
point.
was there last week. I had to blah, 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 blah. My poor husband had to deal with me. A couple days I was really bad.
Right. And so as we move through this space of really, of this mental space of victimhood and blaming, it's like, well, it's not my fault. Well, it's not my fault either. So it's like this whole minutia of energy, this whole exchange of low vibrating energy and just beating each other up, literally and figuratively with this energy, as we move through us now wanting a greater expression of our self, of our souls, of our freedom, of our sovereignty, of this energy being lifted as we move through and into fourth density energy. And I know I've been talking about this for the past few weeks on the show, but I actually want to read something to you guys that came in my space today, and I want you, Rebecca, to follow up with your comments and your thoughts about 4D energy as we move into this space. But
Mhm,
what came to me in my awareness, because as I was doing client check-ins today, and I have noticed that I caught myself saying, when they tell me that something great has happened in their energy or they're moving through something, I express
mhm,
to them that that's a beautiful unfolding.
mhm.
And behind that, I was like, oh, that's amazing. Let me see what else comes when I keep writing this. And so what came in was that we are in a beautiful unfolding. This time in our life on the planet, there is much illusion of chaos. Just like the farmer who tills and turns the soil to prepare for the next season of planting new seeds, we too are in the same space. Though it is challenging time and filled with uncertainty, if we just allow ourselves to take the time to witness what is unfolding, we can see the love underneath. Now is the time to be easy with each other and to step into more compassion and understanding. Allow this to be your guide.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I've noticed too, there's a lot of chaos going on in the world, and there's a lot of people out. I don't know. I just I always want to go out now. I kind of think of the zombie apocalypse. I really do. Because if you watch people, there's the ones that are still dead, and then there's ones that are waking up, and then there's ones that have no clue, and then they're the ones that are freaking out because they are waking up and don't understand what's happening because they haven't been in the world of looking at that space, and all of a sudden everything, they're being hit at everything at one time. So that sensitivity you were talking about and that illusion you were talking about, we really need to step back and really look at people now and give them that space and hold them in that space, and knowing, with that non-judgment of what the world that we're coming, because nobody has the choice of like making your choice. It's like going now, it's like you're being propelled forward no matter what.
Yeah.
um, and where you are or how you handle that is the question. How you going to navigate that? But the propelling is happening. I mean, the energies level, everything's raising the planet. We're being forced physically to go to the next level no matter what.
Right.
But there's a lot of people out there that are so lost right now. So have a lot of compassion for people right now, because we are at a time of huge change, and we're in the mixed in that stir. It's just that pot is being really stirred right now, and we're in the middle of making the stew, and it and it's not done. It hasn't percolated yet. It's not done. So everybody just kind of like hasn't like marinated yet into what is happening on this planet.
Yeah, we're still in what they call the seasoning stage, or
Yeah.
those who are familiar with gumbo or any sauce, we're like in the roux. Where you get
Mhm.
the flour and the seasoning to get all that together to make it good. And so that's the part where we're at right now. We're really trying to allow for this energy to support us in ways that it hasn't supported us previously in on this planet. And so as we move through this energy, we have to allow ourselves to be more at ease, release judgment of others, because as I have not really taken to the news, but I have been watching social media. And what is really great to see is people, you know, expressing themselves in new ways, expressing themselves of their ways of freedom, and expressing them ways to express whatever needs to be expressed, whatever truth you may have, whatever truth you may believe. And it's beautiful to see that. And yet, at the same time, there's those who are judging whoever needs to be judged, or judging because somebody doesn't agree with their views, which is fine. You can judge, but have compassion from what you judge from. And I say that because it doesn't matter what you believe, because we're all going to have different beliefs. We're all going to believe in what we believe in. That's never going to change. However, when you step into the space of compassion and understanding of what someone's belief is, then you allow for the energy stream to open up to allow for a deeper understanding, a more compassionate understanding, because someone doesn't have to believe what you believe for you to like them, love them, and to embrace them. Because I've grew up in a household of, where my cousin was the complete opposite of me, and always encountering other people that was always opposite. So it helped me to grow in the space of compassion and understanding. So it doesn't matter what you believe, because when we step into this new divine space that we are creating right now, whether you are judging someone or disbelieving someone, or talking down or about someone, especially when you're talking down to someone, especially during these times, it really holds the vibration down. So what we need to do, what we have to do, what we are being guided to do, is to lift that vibration up. And the
Mhm.
best way to raise the vibration is to release judgment of others, to release that victimhood of mentality, to release that, oh, well, since you don't believe what I believe, I don't like you, or because you're doing something different, or releasing all the isms, and because that's what the isms are. The isms are the division
Mhm.
which is holding us down. And so we have to release that and move and bring that energy. Yeah, go ahead, because I feel.
No, I was also saying too, and on that, there's a whole new level, and I've learned this with just what I went through. This whole new level of self love that needs to step in the discernment of, yes, we don't have to no judgment and all that, and but also to know if people are not at your vibration or not bringing joy into your world, that it's okay to step away from them for. I'm just going to say self preservation right now, to step into the self love of you as we move through this, because we really have to all figure out our own containers as well right now, and not pulling in everybody else's container into our field. And that's another thing that really had happened to me, when I was ill and I moved through, was just how I'd been given everything away, and I needed to replenish myself. So that's huge right now, is that self-care and really taking care of yourself and discerning what is pulling you, like what is not making you feel well and pulling you, and knowing that that is okay right now as you move through to find you.
Yeah, that's really key too, especially those who I work with on an energetic level.
Mhm.
Because and the things I don't even have to work with you on the energetic level. It's just in really allowing you to trust that understanding, to know that understanding that you are holding for yourself in that
Mhm.
space of divinity, to be as you are, to be comfortable as you are, and to really allow yourself to sustain the space that you're in. Because it's in that space, it's in that beauty, it's in the divinity that we really are who we are, because the thing that really has shifted our culture over the millennia is our belief system. You know, and these belief systems have ingrained our thoughts. They are guiding our everyday habits and what we do and what we think and what we feel and what we eat and should I buy this or should I buy that? It consumes our everyday thoughts. So the old belief system as it's falling away, so are we,
Mhm.
because we don't know what to think anymore. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to be. We don't know how to act because of the belief system and the mechanisms that are in place to hold that.
And everything's crumbling right now. Everything's falling down. People are letting go of, people are clearing out that ancestor karma that's been, kept in place for generations, and moving forward and cutting that. And, so we are kind of reinventing who we want to be right now. And it's so important, as I said, once again, to stay in the joy and really learn how to discern. Discern's been a big word with me the last couple of weeks, and but it's not
Ding,
even just
ding, 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 ding. Word of the day.
and but also, really start energetically. Our bodies are changing, and we're starting to receive information different. So that's another important thing, to really stop and start to listen to your body, and you know what is going on inside of you energetically, because as I said, as we raise up and as we're changing, our gifts we're connecting more, psychic abilities are coming in more, all these new things are happening, but our energy and how we navigate and how we receive information in our body and in our field is shifting as well. So it's really important right now to spend that time to really evaluate when things happen or you're feeling things in your body, to kind of take note what's going on, so you can kind of see the patterns of how you're shifting and receiving information differently.
Yeah, that's really good that you mentioned that because the body talks, and
It
we
does. Oh my God, does it ever?
yeah, and sometimes we don't listen. And so, as I work with people, as I connect with people, one of the things I ask them is in the journey of getting well, in the journey of releasing the old is, oh wow, okay, that's, whew. So I just got this has been going on all day. Just got another download of information. I know you saw it.
I did. I'm about to sneeze though. Okay.
Uh, and so as this energy is being funneled and as it comes in, and I always ask people, it's like, where is it that you feel X, Y, Z in your body? Because you can ask your body a question, you can ask your soul a question, because it's the cellular structure of your being is designed to listen.
Hmm.
It's designed to help you in a way to help you live and be your best and brightest self. Though sometimes we ignore it because it's like Yeah, okay, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do anyway. And this is a good example. I had a client who I was working with for most of late 2019 to, well, actually, yeah, from 2019, yeah, worked with this client for a better part of a year, maybe a little more, a little less, but approximately a year. And did what I did, worked my magic, and gave them proper instructions of follow up and did check ins, everything. And this particular client, they just went off and did their whole thing. And I'm like, you just, and they would come back. It's like, oh, well, this isn't working, or this isn't right. Well, I mean, well, you just undid what we just spent an hour doing. I mean, it's in the guidance that we allow ourselves. I mean, if like me, have sugar cravings, and I go to the gym, and then come back and have one of my chocolate cravings, I'm like, oh, I just undid what I just spent an hour in the gym doing. I'm like, okay, gotta go do it all again tomorrow. And so it's in that space where we have to really listen to what we are being asked for. And going back to the example of my client, he reached out to me this day, yesterday, matter of fact. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know, give you a follow up of what happened in my life. And I'm like, dude, everything you just said to me was the complete opposite of what we're working on. And so, when you have those moments of self judgment or self pity, be gentle on yourself. I mean, because we're only human. And that's part of why we came here, is to have this human experience. I know there are moments that I'm fully frustrated with myself, that I am limited in what I'm able to do with this body. It frustrates the heck out of me sometimes. But I'm like, okay, I'm human. And that's when I go reach for my chocolate, my cookies, or what have you, is to bring that level of comfort, because I decided in that moment to be easy with myself, to have that moment of like, okay, settle into this. I mean, nothing's going to happen now, or when it does, I'll just be ready. And so just allow yourselves to be ready for when it happens. It's going to happen.
Mhm. Those were very powerful.
And I keep telling people I'm like more than 2,000 years old. I'm probably more like 2 million years old. Probably just as old as this planet.
And going back to what we were saying about I don't know what to say, but what I want to say is I don't know what I was referring what I was gonna say is what's come is really stop if you're if you're struggling on what to do or struggling how you really feel, take time to step in and feel yourself into it, like future pace into what body, how will I feel by doing this, and see how your body reacts. And then what you're struggling with, either or body, how's it feel if I do this, and see what your soul, see what your body wants, connecting to that, because we are integrating of working as a one unit right now, which we've been separate before, so we're all together now, with the higher and all connected together. That and I think somebody was saying, who was it, Patty was saying about the cellular structure. Yes, our
Yeah.
cellular structure, our DNA is changing right now, and we can reprogram those cells. We can reprogram everything energetically. We I mean, that's what I felt like was happening to me in my hiatus of 2 weeks. It was like every day was something different that was changing. I remember one night laying there and I felt like my whole body was being torn apart and reprogrammed and I mean, seriously, I was
I
laying in bed.
know that feeling all too
I felt like
well.
my bones, I was like, what is going on now? But it was just, I don't know, but that's what's happening now. We are literally changing who we are.
Yeah, and I keep going back because that my time away in September, I think, really helped prepare me for what's happening now. Because
Mhm.
there was one particular ayahuasca ceremony that I was doing, and I literally felt like my body was really ripped apart. And if anyone has ever seen Watchmen, and how the origin story of Dr. Manhattan, that's how my body felt. I literally felt like I was blown apart, and then had to put myself back together again. And just going to do a quick pub for a moment, and because we talked about how we're changing and how we're shifting.
Hmm.
And so, those who have experienced the light body activation that I have done, I strongly recommend it, especially now, which is the reason why I've created it, because I created it with other masters, with the higher beings, to assist in the acceleration of you assimilating into the light body, into you connecting with this energy that is you. Because, as we transform into our crystalline selves, that we allow for our crystalline structure to develop and transform, we allow this energy to really guide us, because, we are moving from carbon based to energy based crystalline light bodies, which is more of a hexagonal shape as opposed to more of a circular shape. If you look at it on a molecular level, at least this is what I've seen in my visions. I can't foresay what other people have seen, but this is what I've seen, this is what I know. And from that, it is much more intelligent and much stronger um, uh, structure for us to live in, to really be in that space as we move through this level of transformation. So, those who are ready to transform, you're more than welcome to step into the energy and ask what is needed for you to transform. Whether if you need to meditate, change your diet, drink more water, add vitamins to your diet, add other minerals to your diet, whatever it is that you need for yourself to be easy with yourself, to make yourself more comfortable in this transition, do it, because your body's talking to you.
Hmm. And sing.
Yes, and sing like Rebecca. Rebecca is a singer. But as we move, it's that time of night, Rebecca, where we get to ask spirit questions.
Oh my gosh, I haven't done these in over a month. Oh,
I
by
know,
the way,
huh?
what? I just wanted to let everybody know Mr. Cosmo is joining us for the show. He's laying at my feet here.
Oh, hi,
The puppy
Cosmo.
who's now 33 pounds and he's what, 16 weeks? Oh my gosh.
And so, yes, thank you, Patty. I think I do look good for being approximately 2 million years old.
You're
You know,
funny.
I know, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who knows? But what was I going to say? I don't know. There's so much information coming in right now. I don't know what's going on. But there's a lot. But Miss Indigo has a question, my dear, and thank you, Miss Indigo. Um, oh, Hillis, last week you touched on something that really happened in my childhood. There were two things that I think it could be: one, visitations, and or two, my biological father. I really want to move. Um, you know what, Indigo? I'm rewinding back to last week energetically to try and kind of recall what came in. But I believe the reason why it wasn't fully expressed is because I felt that it was personal. And so usually when it comes to personal stuff, I don't talk about it on the show. So you know how to get a hold of us to get through that, and to remove that blockage, you know what to do as well. To get a hold of me to start the process to get rid of that blockage. So I'm ready and waiting for you when you're ready. But Rebecca, see you have this question on your face. Go ahead, because you have cards in your hand.
No, I was just looking at the question, is feeling into the energy, and I don't know the situation. I kind of can guess a little bit, but I'm not going to say anything as far as that's concerned. But from what the question here is, I'm getting both. So that's what's coming to me. It is what it is, and it's some both. So there's some reality in both those people, one and two, if that makes sense to you. Um, Anyhow, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I'm not gonna dive in because
No,
I
I'm not saying I want to either. I just wanted to like from
yeah,
the question that she had, that part is coming uh that's both.
yeah, yeah.
It's more than one thing. It's a multi-level.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know about you, how you're feeling right now, but I think for like the past 10 minutes, so this has been off and on with me today. I've been getting downloads and expansion energy pretty much all throughout the day. What's today? Today's the 21st, yeah?
Friday the 21st.
Something happened today. Something happened on the
Is
galactic.
the
Oh,
flood meteor crossing over today, or
no, I think a portal or something opened today. I think that's what it
oh,
is.
I don't know. I've been kind of out of sorts with all that.
Something happened, major shift happened today.
Well, that's like every day
No,
nowadays.
no, no, but no, this is like another no, but this is like a really major shift, like a major something opened up today.
Cosmo just agreed. He's making noises down there.
Thank you, Cosmo. Yeah, whatever this is, I'm a part of whatever this opening is. I'm sure you feel it too. You have to. If you don't, I don't want to be alone in
Yeah,
this. Huh?
I'm joking.
Oh no, I didn't hear
Not
you.
feel anything anymore. Yes, my head's about to explode right now.
I know. I mean,
I become more sensitive than I was 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, I'm beyond like it's crazy. So I was, yeah, I'm readjusting my sensitivity meter. So it's been a little challenging for me to tell you the honest truth.
I know. I've been in the same bucket, and just want to express really quick before we get to Patty's question. And thank you, Patty, for your question. Um, I since I've had this change in my life, since I've had this change, a lot of things have been different and
Mhm.
shown up differently. So it's the spirit of adjustment to it as well. And so yeah, it's that going on too. But I see you already pulled the cards for Patty, so I'll allow you to go first.
Okay. I was just looking at him. So Patty, um, I'll just show you the cards that came up. They just kind of three of them came out. Actually, Waken the Lion, in perfect harmony, and a higher view. So,
Um,
um, what is coming to me, and from these cards right there, with Waking the Lion coming in perfect harmony, is this shift that you're moving that we kind of all been talking about tonight. But Waking the Lion to me is showing that you're stepping into a new level of courage, and you're stepping in a new level of you, and that's going to bring more harmony in your world, where you've been you've been resisting some things, and bringing that harmony to balance together. So you, with situations and things that are going on in your world right now that you've really been questioning, by doing that and waking that line and moving that energy, to harmonize, it's going to, and looking at that higher view, it's going to bring everything together to make the music, to create everything that you've kind of been struggling and not allowing to completely be creative for you, because you've been at this one view about it, and you need to shift that to move up, to look at it from a different vibration, and that'll bring that all together to allow everything to flow.
I love that.
And so that would be for you, Patty. Woohoo!
And so what is coming in for me, for you, Patty, which is interesting, because as Rebecca showed the cards of the lion and harmony, which really stood out for me. So the energy was, be like the lion and have patience before you take action, to have patience before you stalk your prey, so to speak, and to step into that divine space and the divine energy. And as you allow patience to gather your energy, to be out to observe what is going on around you, to become aware of your surroundings, you then allow for the harmonious energy to hug you, to embrace you, to support you, because this is what it is. So there's no need to rush off to make any judgments, whatever judgment that you have coming up, whether I feel it's mostly connected to your job or to or something monetary, about a judgment that you have to make. So no need to rush on that. Allow for you to take the time to make this judgment. Allow the patience of the energy of the lion to be aware and supportive, and be that lion in that space, and to allow the energy to support you in a new, beautiful way. And so, whatever this decision is, whatever this thought process is, we have to allow for the energy of judgment and patience and awareness to guide you to a more harmonious outcome. Yes. And so, Miss Indigo, any insight? Um, yeah, it's interesting because as I was talking about Patty, you came up too. And so what I feel that this energy is for you is to continue to have patience on your house search, because I know that things didn't go well for you. I think was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Not
Can't
ready.
recall. In regards to the home. What?
The house isn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because it's like, yeah, this is why we do the show together, because of this energy. um because of that. And so it's interesting. And so just continue to allow patience as his energy moves forward to support you, and allow, because once you work once you begin to work with me, Indigo, you will be able to access your abilities better. You'll be able to allow for the energy that you wish to be accessed, because there's this level of impatience and this energy of doubt. And so you just have to allow for this energy to now come in to support you in new and different and better ways.
So what's coming through for me is once you release the expectation of what you want to see, you will open the door to see what is meant to be.
And there you have it.
Okay.
There
Yes,
you have it, my
like,
dear.
are there like people jumping on that are like trolling us or something?
Yeah, the spammers, don't worry about them.
Okay.
But I
I like
wish I know who you were, Facebook user.
oh, I already pulled cards for that one.
And so I wish I knew who you were. I don't know who you are. So please make yourself known to the universe. But Miss Rebecca, she said she pulled cards for you. So go ahead. What is your
So, yeah, so I had saw that question actually before I saw the one for Indigo, but the question was, how do I make the transition out of corporate? And basically, you just have to make the move. And it's funny. Here's the card that came out. And it's
Oh,
called a powerful move. And look at it. It's like a chessboard. You got to make the and look at the key. You just got to turn the key
that's
and
the
make the move.
queen.
Is that the queen?
That's
I
the
don't see her.
queen.
So, yeah, the queen. But and so what came to me on that, if there's you just have to make choice and step into the and the consequences of those choices of just making that move and turning that key and jumping into the world that and I'm feeling like around I don't know exactly what you were looking going into, but it felt to me like selling something or making something or what.
No, because I know who this is now, because I see the name. I know them personally.
Oh,
Mhm.
like making holistic, making I'm feeling like making and selling things. So I don't know exactly what that's around and that move to jump in and do it, and just move yourself away and don't be afraid and just turn the key and it is a power move for you because you'll be in the joy of your heart. And this move will be in the joy that you desire, which will propel you forward.
Yes, because now you have to allow for whatever fear that you are holding on to, allow that fear to be released, because that fear doesn't serve you in the environment that you wish to step into. Because the beliefs that, and this is funny that we talked about this earlier, because the belief that we have about the old structure about being financially supported, especially in the culture that we grew up in. And I say this because I know you personally, and so I can add a little extra details in this for you that you can understand. And so now that we understand that there's space of this energy that divinity that wants to support you, you have to allow for that energy of trust to support you in your dream, in your passion, in your purpose, to move into a more of a holistic role, in a holistic manner that's going to be more supportive of you as you support other people through their abilities, through their gifts, and through your practice. And so once this opens up, it's just going to allow you to open up even more to allow for more energy to come in to give you what it is that you've been asking for. So just simply allow my dear, to allow the fear to fall away and allow the trust to come in, allow the confidence to come in, because you have this ability to believe in yourself, and so just allow that belief of self to really come in and take over, and allow everything else that doesn't serve you to fall away. And you are supported in this. And so, Miss Angela, welcome, Angela.
Hmm,
What do you have, Rebecca?
I'm not done yet.
Oh. I like how you said, I'm not done yet. It's not ready yet.
That's not really it. I know I'm just feeling into it, feeling into everything, but I feel like there's something else that to help, like,
And what's interesting about this,
oh
as I
shit.
feel into the energy, and I'm sure Rebecca, this will follow suit with you. So, Angela, my dear,
Ah,
what's
that's what I
coming
said.
in is for you to really step into your abilities.
Ah, yes.
You may use the term gifts, but I use the word abilities, and so you have to allow yourself to step into your abilities and not to fear them anymore. To trust what it is that you see visually with your eyes, and know that nothing is there to hurt or harm you. It is there to support and love you as you step into this new space, and you have to communicate with this energy that is you, this soul that is you. You have to allow for this communication to support you, uh, and it's funny because you say in your is there any message that spirit I will love, you use the word here. And so what's interesting is that they want to talk to you, they want to communicate with you. And so you just have to allow for this new level of communication as you step into your new gift of clairaudience, which is the ability to hear spirit, to hear them not just with words but in frequencies, and to hear them in a way that is what up see. And so there's confirmation, and so you really have to allow for your gifts to come through, your abilities to come through. You have to let them to be known as you communicate with spirit, as you allow this energy that is you to connect to that. You have to, and it is imperative for you to do this now for you. I feel it's important for you to really step into this as soon as possible. Yeah, Rebecca.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I got clarification. That's the first one I wrote, was perfect harmony. I felt there was more to it, and that's why I had to pull another card. And and Hillis is exactly right. And I feel like you're balancing right now. You're balancing in between the question and the doubt of who you are, where you are, and the magic you are, and what you want to bring to this world. And you need to find that balance of who you are so you can bring in that harmony, and exactly listen to the music. The spirit is talking to you. Listen to those energies coming through, and allow those to be your guide, in stepping into your beingness and who you are, and allowing yourself to open in another level, and balancing out that you're dancing. You need to find the balance between what was and where you're going, and knowing that what was is no longer. You need to balance it the other way to what you're stepping into, and claiming the grace, and the balance and the magic that you have. You
Yeah.
agree? Cosmo agrees with me, and you, Hillis. He's looking at me. Dad, with his little nose sticking up at me.
He is too cute. I can't wait to meet him.
Mm.
So I think that will do it for the spirit questions for the night. And so which
I did pretty
leaves,
good for being rusty over a month, huh?
I know. I mean, yeah, please, Rusty my foot.
I've been.
I mean, come on. I mean, and this is the time where we have to allow for ourselves to rest. I mean, I know that I've
Oh, honey.
been
Yes.
been doing things, but not really doing things. I do what is I know that has to be done. I'm like, okay, that's it. Okay, now,
Well, we've all been through a lot. And, I know I've been resting like crazy. My husband's like, "Are you getting up anytime?" Because I've been sleeping so much. But it's okay because I needed to. I was just like, and lately my dreams, I don't know if anybody else has been experienced, like waking up in the morning. Like I can't wake up. It's like I'm in this, like, in this dreaming bubble that won't let me out. And I've got to wait till that clears to wake up.
I know. I've been waking up about 5:30 in the morning, which is like super early, and I just lay there for about an hour.
Oh,
I'm like, can I? And then I finally go back to sleep like around 7. I'm like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? And somehow, some way, I get myself going.
we're all like little babies being reborn right now. And what do babies do? They sleep a lot. And then
Yeah,
they start to learn and we're relearning. And then, so we're kind of everybody's rebirthing right now. So give yourself a break, give yourself time to rest, take the time for yourself to love yourself. And that's so important right now. And, be selfish right now. And I don't really like the word selfish, but I'm just going
I
to use
do.
it right now. Okay, you do. But be selfish right now. And, and you don't have to give yourself away to everyone. And just take the time for you and what brings joy in your heart. And that's the key. What brings joy in your heart?
Yep. And if you do give yourself away, come find one of us and we can do a soul fragment session with you. Because, bring that energy back in, reel it back in because it's your energy. You claim it,
And
it
I know.
belongs to you and only you. But
And
guess what?
I'm going to be honest. I'm speaking from experience because why I was sick was because I'd given everything away. I had fragments.
Rebecca was for free.
No, I did. But I was depleted. I was completely because I had a session in between. I was completely, utterly depleted, and on so many different levels and so many timelines. And I had really done a number to myself. So that's why it took me so long to bounce back this time, is because I needed that time to rest. So, and I'll be completely transparent and honest. That's where I was,
Yep.
and that's okay.
Yep. But now
But now,
it's time for the tune up.
tune up. What's a tune up?
Something that you should have got 2 weeks ago. But guess what? You
What?
get to lead it tonight. You get to lead the tune up for tonight.
I get to read the tune up for tonight.
You get to lead the tune up for tonight.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. How honored am I?
I know, I know.
Okay. I wish I had my water with me. I'll be okay. I didn't bring anything to drink with me because I moved rooms. So I told my husband he could have the outdoor area and I'm taking this little room over. So I made him move everything out of here so I could have my own space. So I'm getting used to my new little home. What?
Have at it.
How about it? So we're gonna do some tune up tonight. Don't make me laugh, Hillis. Oh my gosh, I haven't
It's
done this.
been what 2 weeks. I've been on my own for 2 whole weeks.
I so appreciate you.
I know I'm
You
kidding
enjoyed
off.
it. You liked it.
I did.
You enjoyed it.
I did. Because
You did.
I could talk all day and night.
I know. That's why I'm like, I was like, Hillis will be fine. He'll be fine. Me, Hillis will be fine. So you got a break from me.
And now all these lovely people are waiting for your essence to emerge, my dear.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm thinking too. And I want Indigo. What came up, and this was coming up earlier. I'm going to go back to your question real quick, the one and the two, and you know what I'm talking about. um Step into that energy when this sound comes through, because the vibration of it comes through to help move some stuff out around what was going on for you. So I got that earlier tonight, so just to let you know. But everybody else, it's the energy, but that specifically for you, there's something that'll come through specifically just for you tonight, just to let you know, FYI.
And I'll
Okay.
connect to you, so I connect to everyone who's watching now and later.
We're not connecting to the little hacker people. No, we're just sending them love. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I'm just having stories that happened to me on my journeys. Okay. Take a deep
Mhm.
breath in, everyone. Just breathe in, being present in this moment. And allow yourself to step into your heart right now. Allow yourself to feel in that heart space and open to that space. And allow that space to be your guide as we do our sound tune up this evening. Okay, take another deep breath in. The hand on their heart and a hand on your stomach. And bring yourself back home to you. Aho. Oh,
And as we come back home, as we allow ourselves to become centered, this is a reminder for you, dear ones, dear soul, that you are the creator, that you are the presence, that you are you. You are the one in charge. You are the master of you. You are the master of this beautiful divine energy as we allow ourselves to step into the power of balance, step into the harmony of who we are. The harmony of your being, the harmony of the blessings, the harmony of the joy, the harmony of the peace, the harmony of the peace of this presence, this infinite presence that is what we feel is before and what we feel is to come, the anxiety, the fear that is surrounding all of this is no more than the illusion projected through the belief system that has enslaved the mind, that has allowed for this divine energy, this vessel, your vessel, every vessel that is connected to this is the brilliance of who you are, as you are now reckoning the old and reorganizing with the new. Hmm. Reckoning of the old and reorganizing the new as we
we never know.
as we are now in this space of divine joy, laughter, all of this, all of this, all of this is all of this. And so as this message continues to know that you are who you are, that you are this divine presence, you are this divine beauty, you are the master, you are this soul, this energy, this presence, as we now allow for this energy to go up and to be released and to be moved out as it no longer serves who you are, and bring in the joy, harmony, and peace that you want to live in, the satisfaction of knowing that you're taking care of, the satisfaction that you are supported, the satisfaction that everything is as it is meant to be for you. You are the one. 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 You are the one.
Not one.
You are the one. And so now it is time for you to honor, recognize, and step into that space. So thank you, everyone, for that. And thank you, Miss Indigo, for your feedback. I love,
Oh,
yes.
yay.
And Miss Deborah,
Thank you,
yes.
Deborah. And
Thank
thank
you,
you,
everyone.
everyone, for the continued support and welcoming back. And I love you all so much. And I so appreciate you hanging out with us every Friday night. It means so much.
Yes, and now that Rebecca's back, we are going to be doing more shows,
We are.
pre-recorded shows. Yeah, we got work to do. We got things to
We're going
do. I mean,
on vacation.
vacation is over now.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
But yes, everyone, thank
And I'm
you.
going to get another painting class together. I'm going to be doing that again and finishing my book. Your eyes out as I move along on that. And who knows else what else I'm going to do.
Yeah, there's all these projects coming up and out through us, and remember, as this energy moves, we are moving with it. And so it doesn't matter, what pace you're at, doesn't matter where you are. Just know that you are where you're supposed to be. There's no
Mhm.
need to, look at what I'm doing or what Rebecca's doing, what your
Yeah,
partner's doing. Doesn't nobody everyone is where they're supposed to be. Period.
exactly.
And so everyone, thank you again. So Cosmic Explorers, keep on exploring.
Keep on exploring.
Until next week, same cosmic time, same cosmic channel. Oh man, I miss Batman. There was a new person, Batman, that came on last week. He was amazing. I liked
All
him.
right. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Bye.
Batman, a new viewer named Batman.
Oh, a new viewer. I missed that. I thought it was new. I got lost there.
Yeah, yeah, I like. So anyway, Patty, tell Batman to come back. I miss him. Um,
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
and have a joyous time. I mean, and remember to keep exploring and being who you really are, living in your truth, living in your space as we continue to evolve into this fourth density energy as the old fall away, new enters.
And remember, as I always say, don't limit yourself, create yourself, be the change in you.